In the shadowy corners of the city where danger lurks and secrets hide, there's one man who dares to tread. His name, Jason King. A detective like no other, armed with an intellect sharper than a razor's edge and a wit as quick as a striking cobra. But his opponents aren't your everyday criminals. They're masterminds of deception, serial killers who play a deadly game of cat and mouse. In a world where the line between good and evil blurs, Jason King stands steadfast. He's not just solving crimes, he's diving into the human psyche, unraveling the twisted knots of depravity. Each case, a new challenge. Each criminal, a new puzzle to solve. In the relentless pursuit of justice, will the hunter become the hunted? Stay tuned as Jason King takes you on a thrilling journey into the heart of darkness.
Respond to a medical emergency that is linked to a murder investigation.
It happened last night on the Blue Ridge Parkway. News 13's John Lee is live along the parkway.
John, the road was closed to traffic until late this morning, right?
That's right. About 7 p.m. last night, someone driving past the parkway noticed a man with what appeared to be life-threatening injuries on the side of the road, immediately calling 911. Later, investigators realizing both suspects are tied to a murder probe.
This weekend, authorities in Virginia classified 2 fugitives as armed and dangerous. Chief Ranger Neil Labrie says, as it turns out, murder suspects Amanda Taylor and Sean Ball were also a danger to each other.
The male accomplice in that suffered injuries at the hand of the female suspect.
Sunday night, someone spotted Ball along the parkway between the 74 on-ramp and Hendersonville Road. Labrie says how the injuries occurred is still under investigation.
We basically had visitors driving by that observed the male subject on the side of the road and that he was unresponsive and called 911.
Ball is in critical but stable condition. Later, the Highway Patrol tailed Taylor on I-40. After a short chase, she was taken into custody near the McDowell-Burke County line. What
we've learned since then, over the course of last night's investigation and this morning, is that it involved 2 suspects wanted out of Montgomery County, Virginia, for a murder up there that occurred.
The couple is wanted in connection to the killing of Charles Taylor on Saturday night. He's Amanda Taylor's former father-in-law. On her Facebook page, Taylor claims she proudly did it, and though she loves her children, she says the murder victim killed her husband. One of the comments to that post calls Taylor a sick individual. Chief Ranger Labrie says the FBI has taken the lead in the case.
And because of the federal nexus of the property, the FBI... The FBI is taking the lead on the investigative part of the case, and especially due to the interstate nature that may be involved.
And so authorities haven't really been clear yet about what Ball's involvement in that homicide may have been at this point, but we're told that according to a Roanoke TV station, Amanda Taylor posted on Instagram that, quote, "If you keep looking for me, more will die." Both now awaiting extradition back to Virginia. Live here in Asheville, John Lee.
The WSLS 10 newsroom, the trial for Amanda Taylor is officially underway. She's charged with first-degree murder in the April death of her father-in-law, Charles Taylor. Right now, the hearing is in recess. The jury's been struck and opening arguments delivered after Amanda entered a not guilty plea. According to the Commonwealth, she stabbed Charles Taylor 31 times. She then took a photo of herself holding a bloody knife and smiling, which she posted online and sent to a friend. The defense says Amanda Taylor did kill Charles, but argues love is a strong motivator. The defense says she held Charles responsible for her late husband's drug addiction and suicide. Amanda was taken to St. Albans for attempted suicide 1 week before the murder.
She's found guilty today of first-degree murder for killing her father-in-law.
In fact, just moments ago, a jury found Amanda Taylor guilty for the stabbing death of her late husband's father, Charles Taylor. This was back on April 4th of this year. WSLS 10's Bethany Teague was in court today following this case. She joins us now outside of the courthouse. So, Bethany, so often in these cases, the attorneys always tell us we have to wait till the case goes to trial before they'll reveal information. So what did we learn today?
Hi, John. We learned today that Amanda Taylor stabbed her father-in-law, Charles Taylor, 31 times. The medical examiner said that 11 of those stab wounds would have been lethal, all on their own. We also heard from testimony today that Amanda Taylor described the murder as having felt like her first roller coaster ride at Carowinds. After the murder, Taylor then posed for a picture in front of Charles's body, holding a bloody knife and smirking. Then sent that picture to a friend who posted it on what was described as a serial killer website. Taylor said she blamed Charles for the drug addiction and subsequent suicide of her husband, Rex. The Commonwealth attorney said that her excitement and her anticipation over this murder was chilling. The jury was out for less than 25 minutes before they reached a verdict of guilty. Lindsay?
So, Bethany, I know the jury found her guilty. Any idea of how long she'll remain in prison?
Well, the jury is actually back in the courtroom right now deciding her sentencing phase. They will be deciding whether she will spend the rest of her life in prison. We expect to have that update for you coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, live in Christiansburg, Bethany Teague, WSOS.
My daughter just called me and said they had to stab him to death.
Okay, everybody, we are currently on our way to the house where Amanda Taylor committed the gruesome and heinous murders. On our way there now. So in the next scene, we will be at Amanda Taylor's house where she committed those gruesome murders that fateful day. So, how does it feel knowing that you're going to a house where this woman committed these heinous murders? How's it feel?
Totally different.
Are you excited? We're still looking for the house, y'all, but we're gonna find it here in a second. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we are here on the road that Amanda Taylor originally committed the murders of the house. We're headed to the house now where she committed those awful murders. Right here it is, Den Hill Road. Alright. We should be coming up on the house here soon. Dun, dun, dun. This road on the way to Amanda Taylor's house where she committed the murders is creepy, y'all. I mean, look, this looks like something on the movie Wrong Turn. I mean, this looks like the type of road that somebody would kill somebody on, don't it? Man, this road is creepy. Man, look at this, y'all. Especially this, look at this creepy little bridge here. Oh, shit. This creepy bridge here has all this writing on it. It's like a little one-lane bridge. Oh no, he should have honked his horn. We're still on the hunt for Amanda Taylor's house. Alright, we found the house. We gotta go back across this creepy bridge. This road is so creepy. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is a creepy bridge. Oh man. We are on the way to Amanda Taylor's house where she committed the murders. Look how creepy this road is, y'all. This is the road to the house where Amanda Taylor, known Selfie killer committed those murders that day. Next scene, we will be at the house. See you all later. What's up, everybody? All right, you are currently watching. Man, what are they doing? We got some road rage going on right off the side of the road right here. That's what you're hearing. This guy just went chasing this car real close behind this other car, laying on the horn. You can still hear it. Anyways, sorry about the interruption. You are watching Crime Stories with Jason King here at Delphi After Dawn. Thank you for tuning in. We are currently at this house that you see behind me is the infamous Amanda Taylor murder house. This is right here is where Amanda Taylor butchered Charles, Rex's father, okay? Amanda Taylor blamed Rex's father, Charles, for Rex's death. And this is what's messed up about the whole situation. It happened around Easter, so you would think a normal parent would be going out buying an Easter basket for their son. But instead, in this household, in this family, she was committing murder instead of buying an Easter basket for their son. And the little boy's father committed suicide on the boy's birthday. That's the kind of dysfunctional family that this was. Okay, that's what's crazy about this situation. And what is even more crazy about the awful murders that took place in this house right here behind me is the fact that the guy that she butchered, Charles, okay, Charles lived in this house, okay, with his elderly father who was bedridden. His name was Charles too. He had to take care of his father, which is bedridden. So keep in mind, while Amanda Taylor, known as the Selfie killer, was butchering Rex's father, Charles, Charles's father, Charles Sr., was laying back there in the bedroom, bedridden, and had to listen to Charles being murdered. He had to lay back there in the bed while all of this murder was taking place and listen to the screams and the brutality and the murder take place, laying there in the bed, not being able to move, knowing that someone in his house, his son, is being butchered to death, and he can't get out of bed and do nothing. He can't do nothing about it. Just put yourself in that frame of mind. Put yourself in the frame of mind of laying in bed, being bedridden, and hearing your son being murdered in a house that you live in, and hearing the screams of him being butchered and murdered and stabbed to death, and you're bedridden, and all you can do is just lay there and listen to it. That is awful, people. That is absolutely awful. And that is what took place in this house right here behind me. Absolutely awful. Now, the scene that you've seen before this took place at a bar, WR Brews. It's a good thing. I actually met Amanda Taylor. Me and my friend Dustin used to go out on the weekends, and we would go to bars and drink, throw a couple back, shoot some pool, and have some fun. Well, me and my buddy Dustin was hanging out at WR Brews, okay? And Amanda Taylor happened to be in there. This was before the killings. And one of the things that stood out that I remember about Amanda Taylor before the crimes took place is she had that big tattoo on her chest. Well, she approached me that night, not that night, but before the murders happened, she approached me at WR Brews at a bar in Roanoke, which we'll be going there next. And she asked me when the bar was closing and it was last call, she came up to me and my buddy Dustin and she said, I'm having a house party back at this house right here. And she invited me and my friend Dustin back to her house party that was taking place at this house right here behind me. And something just didn't seem right. Something was off. And you know, I took her number, told her I would be there, and me and my buddy never came to this house that night because something just seemed off. We decided to go get something to eat, and then we went back home. I took him home, then I went home, and we both crashed that night. And it's a good thing that me and my buddy Dustin did not take Amanda Taylor up on her offer, because that's what she did with Sean Ball. She approached Sean Ball and invited him back to this house right here to hang out. Now, she was just using Sean Ball, and she told him this right before she shot Sean Ball in the neck up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. You know, the only reason that she was with Sean Ball was she was just using Sean Ball for free rides because Sean Ball had a driver's license and Sean Ball had a car. And she even told him that. She said, I never liked you, and I was just using you for your car and your gun. So the only reason she was with Sean Ball is she was just using him for his car, for free rides, and to get the gun. That way she could, you know, have one of her weapons of choices. But yeah, and that's what she told Sean Ball right before she shot him in the neck up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now this house, as you can see, that murder took place in. This is the house right here where she stabbed. Sorry about the traffic, y'all. This house right here is where she stabbed Rex's father, Charles, to death. It would be Charles Jr. So there was, I believe, both men that were living here was named Charles. There was Charles Jr. and then there was like Charles Sr., the guy that was bedridden that I told you about. But this is the house that she stabbed him to death at, and took the selfies, which labeled her as the selfie killer. All of that murder that Amanda Taylor did took place. Are you holding it up good?
Yeah.
All of the murder that took place inside this house right here. And as you can see, be visiting this, you know, it's just, I have like a creepy feeling just knowing that being at a house where a gruesome murder took place, it's just, you can actually feel the heaviness in the air. You can actually feel the heaviness in the air. Like just looking at that stuff in this house, it gives you such a creepy feeling. Just knowing something so gruesome took place. Do you have an eerie feeling too? I mean, this building right here, this is supposedly the shed where Rex took his life and hung himself. Allegedly. And I find it odd. I find it very strange that this is the shed where he allegedly hung himself.
My daughter just called me and said they had to stab him to death. My daughter just called me and said my husband's stabbed to death.
Hey, my name's Kyle. This is the Den Hill Road house, or this is the barn rather. There, somebody hung himself. Up here, this is a little rocking horse. I think he's missing an eye. He really fits the part for nasty haunted item. Wow. But when I moved in here, he was hanging out up here, and then at some point he was standing perfectly upright down here, and I never touched him.
Oh, wow. So he just like moved all on his own?
I guess so.
Wow.
But, you know, I don't really believe in any of this stuff, so...
Right.
That's the only thing out of the ordinary. In between me... No, I won't stand up. In between me moving in and the murder, you know, some hippies came in. They lived here and they saged the whole house, and they really changed the whole feeling of the house. So by the time I got here, it didn't feel like anything out of the ordinary.
Right, that's what's happening.
Here we got some what could be bullet holes. I can't imagine what else they'd be.
Yeah, that's what I think it looks like too.
But yeah, as far as where he actually hung himself, I don't know. I try not to spend too much time in this barn.
Right. Yeah, it is got a little creepy feel to it, don't it?
Yeah.
I wonder where he would have done it at. Let's see.
But yeah, I mean, his mother comes by. That's who I thought you guys were when I saw a car in the driveway. His mother comes by every year or so just to kind of like visit the site, and so
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Get ready and brace yourself, everyone, because now we are getting ready to take a walk inside the infamous murder house where Amanda Taylor committed those gruesome, awful, heinous crimes that fateful night. Brace yourself, because the homeowner is taking us inside the house in the very same room where the murders were committed. So brace yourself and get ready. Come with me. Let's take a look.
So if you see the selfie, part of what you can see is this chimney here, this little decoration there that is featured in the selfie killer selfie right here. So that's, we still keep that around for the memories.
That's kind of neat that y'all still have that.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the only identifiable thing. The landlords did a really good job of cleaning the place up.
Right. Heck yeah. That's cool, man.
Or the father, I guess it was maybe like the grandfather or some relative was like here during the murder. So
yeah, the guy that was bedridden.
Yeah,
I think his name was Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to lay back there in the bed and listen to the murders take place, and he couldn't do nothing.
Right. Yeah. And they didn't know he was there until
after.
Wow. I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he probably I wonder if he was able to testify before he passed.
Probably not, because he was in bad health.
Yeah, probably because he was. That's crazy.
Oh wow. Just touching the same thing that they touched is like kind of wild.
Yeah, I believe this is the wall that had that, you know, just like
all the blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same wall right here.
Yeah.
Did they just paint over it?
The landlords, one of them is a retired carpenter, and so he just like completely redid everything.
Wow.
Like he really transformed this place, and I think he had a lot of you know, there was no official deed for the house, and so there were maybe, you know, a dozen family members that were all claiming that the house belonged to them, so he had to you know, kind of litigate with all 12 of them in order to get the house.
Right, and fight with them.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And this is the loft. This is the loft here. Wow. Wow, this is awesome. Now, when Amanda Taylor was here or whatever, did they just use the loft for storage, or was there, you think they stayed up here? Or?
I mean, if they're, I'm too tall to hang out anywhere but in the center on there. But when those hippie roommates that I was talking about, when they lived here, they were both pretty short, and they just like did yoga up there.
Oh yeah, they kind of made the loft their little yoga spot or whatever.
They loved it up there. They had Christmas lights strung up around there, so they loved that spot.
Heck yeah. Wow. Is there brace yourself, everybody. So come with me while we take a trip to WR Brews. WR Brews is the bar where the infamous Amanda Taylor, known as the Selfie Killer, approached me and my friend Dustin one night. This was before the murders took place. She invited me and my friend Dustin back to her so-called house party, where she probably planned on killing me and my friend Dustin, because that's how she approached Sean Ball. She approached him the exact same way, inviting him back to her house at a so-called house party. But come with me, because our next trip is going to be at WR Brews, the bar where me and my friend Dustin got to meet the infamous Amanda Taylor, also known as the Selfie Killer. So come with me. Let's take a trip to WR Brews. Come on. What's up, everyone? This is the bar where Amanda Taylor, known as the Selfie Killer, approached me and my buddy Dustin when we were hanging out here at WR Brews right here. This is the bar where me and my buddy Dustin was hanging out at WR Brews the night Amanda Taylor approached us and invited us back to her house party. All right, what's up, everybody? All right, this right here, I'm standing out in front of the bar, WR Brews. This bar behind me is the exact bar where me and my buddy Dustin was hanging out at the night Amanda Taylor approached us and invited us back to her house party. Me and my friend Dustin got a super weird vibe, and when she gave me her phone number and she invited me and him back to that house party that night, something just did not seem right, and we got weird vibes, and something just told us, not to go. So I threw her number away, and we went to get breakfast at Denny's that night, and then I dropped him off, and then I went back home, and we both crashed that night. And it's a very good thing we did not take Amanda Taylor, known as the Selfie Killer, up on her offer to go back to her house that night, because the same offer that she offered me and my buddy Dustin is the exact same offer that she offered Sean Ball right before she used him for free rides and his gun, and then took him up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, shot him in the neck, and left him for dead. But this right here is the bar that we were hanging out that night when we actually got to meet the infamous Selfie Killer, Amanda Taylor. Get ready to join me as I take a deep dive and tell you all a detailed story of the infamous Selfie Killer, Amanda Taylor, and her brutal crimes that she committed.
known infamously as the Selfie killer, shocked the world with her chilling crimes. But her story doesn't end here. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more gripping, true crime stories. Welcome to today's true crime story. This is the chilling tale of Amanda Taylor, also known as the infamous Selfie killer. Join us as we delve into the dark and twisted events that led to her notoriety. Amanda Taylor's story is one that both shocks and fascinates. Her journey from an ordinary life to becoming a cold-blooded killer is marked by a series of disturbing events. Today, we will uncover the details of her crimes and try to understand what drove her to such extreme actions. Jason King here, diving into one of the most chilling true crime stories you'll ever hear. Today, I'm recounting the dark tale of Amanda Taylor, infamously known as the Selfie killer. Buckle up, because this one is going to send chills down your spine. Amanda Taylor's story begins with the tragic suicide of her husband, Rex Taylor, in August 2014. Devastated and seeking revenge, Amanda's life took a dark turn. On April 4th, 2015, Amanda, along with her accomplice and friend Sean Ball, planned to kill Rex's father, Charles Taylor. Amanda blamed Charles for Rex's death, believing he had contributed to his son's depression. The duo drove to Charles Taylor's house in Virginia. Amanda entered the home, armed with a knife, and found Charles sitting in his recliner. Without a word, she attacked him, stabbing him repeatedly. She then took a chilling selfie with Charles's lifeless body and posted it on social media, boasting about her crime. That photo earned her the moniker Selfie Killer. Fleeing the scene, Amanda and Sean went on the run. They traveled from Virginia to North Carolina, where they planned their next murder. Their target was a friend of Amanda's, who she believed had wronged her. But before they could carry out another heinous act, police caught up with them. Amanda was arrested on April 6, 2015 in North Carolina, following a high-speed chase. Her capture was dramatic, with Amanda trying to evade the police until the very end. Once in custody, Amanda was subjected to a grueling interrogation. During the interrogation, Amanda showed little remorse for her actions. She recounted the murder of Charles Taylor with chilling detachment, almost bragging about her crime. The investigators were struck by her lack of empathy and her calm demeanor. She confessed to the murder, detailing her motivations and actions with disturbing clarity. The trial was swift. Amanda Taylor was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The courtroom was tense, with Amanda maintaining her cold, emotionless facade throughout the proceedings. Her lack of remorse and the horrifying nature of her crime left a lasting impression on everyone present. Amanda's story doesn't end there, though. While in prison, she continued to exhibit disturbing behavior, including threatening fellow inmates and guards. Her notoriety only grew, with many true crime enthusiasts delving into her case, trying to understand what drove her to commit such a brutal act. Amanda Taylor's dark tale serves as a grim reminder of how grief and vengeance can lead to unimaginable violence. Her chilling lack of remorse and the cold-blooded nature of her crime continue to haunt those who hear her story. That's it for today's deep dive into the twisted mind of Amanda Taylor, the Selfie killer. Remember, true crime fans, the world can be a dark place. So stay safe out there. Until next time, this is Jason King, signing off. In the quiet town where Amanda Taylor lived, no one could have predicted the horror that would unfold. Her actions were both calculated and brutal, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The community was left in shock, grappling with the unimaginable reality of her crimes. The aftermath of Amanda Taylor's actions was felt deeply by all who knew her victims. Families were torn apart, and the town struggled to find a sense of normalcy. The legal proceedings that followed were a testament to the severity of her crimes, as justice sought to bring closure to those affected. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark world of Amanda Taylor. If you found this story compelling, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share with your friends, and leave a comment. Your support helps us bring more true crime stories to light. Until next time, stay safe.
In the shadowy underworld of crime, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, you've been journeying with me, Jason King. We've dissected the minds of some of the most notorious serial killers, peeling back the layers of their darkest secrets. Every shadowy corner we've turned, every chilling confession we've analyzed, has been a step deeper into the abyss. But remember, the abyss also gazes back. So brace yourself as we prepare to dive even deeper. Next time, we'll unravel a tale so twisted, it will make your spine tingle with anticipation. An enigma so intricate, it will have you questioning everything you thought you knew. Until then, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. This is Jason King, signing off.